Yo, it's your boy Slug in the middle. You guys already know what the deal is, right? Check this out. We got SAGAN, and she's gonna be pretty crazy. So here's a few things we're gonna talk about her skills before we go into more of like the showcasing and more in-depth stuff, right? So she deals blunt damage and fire damage equal to 42% of the unit defense to a single kaiju. So of course her if you just realize her damage is based of defense, right? So the more defense you have, the more damage she does, right? Her damage is dealt by defense, so the more defense. So you want like defense gear, of course you want her shield, there's other shield too, like the one that I got for her already, like this one right here. I just got the heavy duty shield. It does the job, still give me defense and all that stuff, but more than the less, right? Then so right here on her skill 2, right, has a 100% base chance to apply taunt, so she's guaranteed to apply taunt to all kaijus on the field. Apply a shield to 2 turns equal to 9% of the unit defense plus 60 to this unit. So of course, so pretty much the more defense you have, the more shields that she grant herself. So she gets a shield, a AoE taunt that lasts for 2 turns, and on top of that, she's very tanky, and there's gonna be more to that to her kit that synergize really well with her ultimate skill. Her ultimate skill is really unique. She's using blunt right here and fire, so 2 things, pretty much like if you want to say like kind of like Reno got the shooting and the ice, right? So it's gonna be AoE, apply defense 18.7% for 2 turns to this unit. So of course, right, so when you use her ultimate, she's giving herself more defense, so that means after you use this, it's gonna be crazy. And also she apply attack buff 11.5% for 2 turns to all allies. Okay, then she also deal blunt and fire damage equal to 76% of the unit defense to all kaijus. So like I said, her damage is scanned by defense, so using her ultimate, more defense, right? She get more defense, last for 2 turns. So after in the 2 turn, you low-key want to use her like skill 2 right after this, because the more defense you have, the more shield you gonna be getting, so making her more tanky and survivable, right? And also she's buffing, man. She's a really good defense support. I like her more than what her father does. When her father apply a shield to the whole team, but I actually like this a little bit more, right? I know this is the ultimate skill and that's his skill 2, but I think her skill 2 is way better anyways too. So when it comes to like being the best tank, she is the best tank, and putting him one below into the tier list, so he'll be dropping off. But if you happen, doesn't mean that you go some for her. It's just more like, if you don't have him and you got her, amazing. If you got him and her, she's more of the better tank to be using. Okay, now we got into her follow-up attack, right? Deal blunt and fire damage equal to 77% of the unit defense to a single kaiju. So follow-up attack hits really hard, right? So this is where things get a bit crazy, right? Her passive skill. After receiving an attack, apply 1 stack of inner flame. As you guys know, she's taunting, so she gets this like really easy. So getting 5 stack literally doesn't take no time. So of course the first thing you want to do with her is using her skill 2 where she taunts, right? That's the first thing you want to do. And also what it does, right? She also counters every time she gets hit. So it just centered her whole kit just synergized really well with her. So when she counters, she also does hit, right? So this blunt and fire damage equal to the unit defense target. So this is really nice, but if you will show inside the showcase that yes, she does do a counterattack, but the counterattack does not break the enemy. Like, it doesn't give any blunt or fire attribute into the gauges bar, right, from the enemy gauge bar. It doesn't break them, so when she's doing her counter attack. So that's just one thing right there. And of course, So it's gonna be the inner flame. So what it does, the unit ultimate damage multiplier 13% and damage dealt is 3.5%. So insane, making her very, very powerful. She actually pretty a hard hitter. She's like somewhat a side DPS, but she's mainly there for the tanking, you know what I mean? So just worry about what she really do, right? Privilege or revival, right? And impact, recover unit HP equal to 25% of max HP, and resurrection can be activated once per battle. So she pretty much got what her father does, but like really early on, while her father have to get at like +4 dupes, she just get it right off the gate, making her a true limited unit, very powerful, man. After the countering, has a 80% base chance to burn, right, for 2 turns to the target. Burn after arrive, the fighter DOT equal to 100% of the amplifier attack. So she got a really low attack, but this is just a free burn off after she does a counter attack. So it's free, you know, 80% is pretty high, so I do like this. It's just a free thing, but it's gonna be really small burn, so it's not a high it's not going to be high damage over time, but it just add into a kit, which is very nice, but you won't really see it too much, but it does help out, you know what I mean, because her attack's really low. Like, you really want to scale her with defense. And last thing, informally, fairy will be will to fight. After activating ultimate, recover this unit HP equal to 5% of max HP. So she be taking a lot of damage, right? Because she's doing AoE. And she also heal, making her sustainable. And trust me, when we show her in a showcase, right? Trust me when I say this, is insane what she be doing out here. So yeah, I'll pretty much see you guys there. And yeah, stay tuned and see a gameplay of her. So definitely like this video, subscribe to your boy you haven't, and don't forget to hit the bell, man. But this is pretty sick, right? And this is just her stats if you guys want to look. Very low attack, so you just want to base her off defense. And one more thing, right? Her uni pair, I'm using the bovine because the bovine affects its damage taken reduction, right? She have a multiplier by 19, and at the start battle, recover 1 SP each time the equipped unit receive an attack. The equipped unit defense plus 6%, max stack 3 times. So that's what I'm using. This is probably definitely the best one for her, so definitely slap that one on her. Of course, you want some high defense percentage and all that good stuff. This is just stuff that I just wrote, but I'm not really trying to keep all this stuff. But of course, this is the best set for her. It's the bovine type part ones, right? So pretty much now let's get into the showcase. All right, we are here. We're going to be doing a permanent stage 15 just with the team right here, right? But I'm not worried about the second squad. We're going to just try show you how she works inside this game, and how you would want to play with her, right? Like, you do want to scale her with defense and a lot of it. So, and of course, like, hitting her ultimate is one of the bigger thing too. But you want to, like, let's take out the auto, right? So she got hit right away, and she's already hitting with a counter. So it's like, no matter what the top, man, she's already hitting, right? So the cool thing about her, she takes this, and this is a good fight for her right here, because she's also doing blunt damage, right? So let's just do let's do a blunt damage right here with kaiju number 8. He applied the taunt also, and her, of course, we taunt. So the thing, so one thing too, if you see kaiju number 8, he got the taunt, right? For some reason, it seemed like kaiju number 8 taunts do overwrite her taunt. So this enemy that I taunted with kaiju number 8 will for some reason overwrites her taunt. So that's fine, right? I guess so that's why you don't want to hit him if you don't want to get hit for specifically. So let's go in here. Of course, we're gonna have Gen right here. Gen just gonna be smoking, so you can break down the enemy gauges, hit him up. And of course, Reno coming in. So it's a pretty OP team, as you can see from what we're starting with. We already break the guy core on the left side. Yep. Surprisingly that she didn't. Oh yeah, did he? Probably not. He didn't attack. Maybe it's just a counter attack. So of course, again, it's going to do the same thing. So now we just gonna be hitting him right here, the skill 1. So now he got one more right there. She's gonna counterattack, and like I said, when she counterattacks, she doesn't take effect of her blunt damage right there. So now what we're gonna do is we could push him back right here, right? So let's just push him back. So I just use my basic, push him back right there. Now of course this kaiju right here, I'm just gonna just chip some damage off him. But pretty much the main thing she want to do is just like, she's helping your team survive, so you don't really need a healer or anything like that, right? Because she's literally like taking so much hit. Look, she takes so much hit and she counterattack, and she's just like really OP, right? So I'm going to go in here once again, hitting again. I'm saving all the ultimate for the last, right? So we're gonna break him right here, right? There you go with the break. So the enemies break. Of course, you got a follow up, which hit pretty nice. We're gonna proc this shield right here. Oh well, we're gonna pop our ultimate, right? So I'm pop her ulti. Reason why, because she also gives that attack buff for the whole squad. So gonna be hitting hard. There you go. Come up with the follow up attack. Right, so now everybody's broken, right? So pretty much we don't really need to taunt, but you can if you want to. But I'm just gonna do it here because why not? Right, so I'm just taunt just in case, because this enemy's gonna be waking up pretty soon. So now what I could do is, now we could go in here. Well, we're gonna wait a bit, right? I'm gonna wait until this guy wake up right here. So I'm gonna be using him. Hit with the skill 1. Now we got the attack bonus, right? This enemy waking up right here. Now it's my turn to start hitting him up, right? So let's go ahead. And pretty much all she's really doing is just like being a tank, keeping your team alive, right? Because like, as you can see, like nobody, and when she's getting hit, right, you notice her HP is like barely going anywhere because she is just that broken. And of course, we're going to use Gen right here. Follow him up. Use the OT skill because they all their cores kind of broken a little bit. There you go. Of course, use this skill 2. Since we got the attack bonus, we might as well use kaiju number 8 right here to do the big damage right here. While the core exposed, we didn't hit the crit, but that's totally fine. We already got his HP pretty low already. So this is what I like to do. Let's hit him right here. Boom, we apply a break. And of course she follows up. Throwing that shield is kind of crazy. But literally, as you can see, this is pretty much what she does, right? She keeps your team alive. And she even her like, when you use her like taunting, she also pretty much, look at her shield, right? Is that it also stacks up. It's like very crazy, but it's even crazier when she uses her ultimate. So as you see, I'm waiting, even though the enemy core is still like up. I'm just waiting for this boss to wake up so that I could use her ultimate. So she could apply the whole blunt effect, right? So she hits he hits her, no problem. She barely even make a dent on her. So now we could just do her ultimate. Of course, applying the attack buff once again. And see, and you notice like her ultimate is getting super quick, right? It like, you get it so fast. It's insane. Like, he heals her and that's fine, right? That's not a big issue right here, right? Gen's gonna do what Gen does. Yeah, now I'm really just saying, but you guys can kind of see, right? Her counterattack is doing some doing a lot of work, and like look at her health. If anything, everybody else getting hurt because she also healed with her ultimate, right? So that's why even if she went down a little bit, she also heals. So, but let's go in here, use skill 1, break that thing up, right? Her right here, we don't really need the shield, so we're just gonna hit him. I'm not worried about the enemy on the side. Then we're gonna go in here with Reno. Reno, he could just crack him with his skill 1. Not really gonna affect him. I think we also gonna be breaking. So this is really good for Gin coming up with a follow-up attack. And as you can see, like, we're just melting this enemy while keeping my team alive. Of course, my units are pretty much level 90, so that does play a big part, but this is like, you know, one of the in-game content. But like I said, I just want to show you guys how this team is cooking, right? Like, we just cooking and we just like all that. It's like she's a tank and she's buffing, and it's so nice, right? But yes, the only problem that she'll come across, because even though she does taunt all enemies, doesn't mean that she could taunt AoE attack, right? So your allies will be taking AoE attacks. So, but that's, you know, in Pacific stage. But even so, right, it doesn't really affect like how you play her. She's just really solid, like a very solid unit. Like, and I really enjoy playing her. She's like low-key just broken, man. So of course the enemy's gonna be waking up, so of course I apply the shield once again, and bam. And she's literally, look at her shield. Because I used the ultimate and I used the skill 2, her shield's higher and the enemy barely took any attack. We'll just be healing that thing back up once we use our ultimate. It's kind of hard to see, right, because the screen's like really small, but you kind of get the jizz. So in this fight, Kaiju number 8 and SAGAN is really strong in here, as you can see, right? So Reno, let's go use S2 on Reno. Nope. Put that critical. Of course, I use just skill 1 because also Kaiju number 8 also applied the taunt. So that's why he's getting hit right there. Her right here, we could just use the skill 1. Right? Because we don't really need the taunt. Her taunt lasts for 2 turns. Then of course, Gen is gonna break this man here. Alright, push him back. Big damage. Now we're all gonna go in, right? But I'm gonna wait for this ultimate right here. So when we get her buff. So let's go do this. Just cooking, man. This guy just getting cooked right now, right? Because I want to apply the buff in here. So that's why I'm waiting it out. Gen's gonna come in. Yep. Let's go. So I'm gonna use her skill 1. I guess we didn't get her buff, so might as well just use it here. Yeah, and look, the enemy already have 2 health bar. Pretty much is gonna be our wrap pretty soon, right? But as you can see, right, I was waiting to get her ultimate, so like, because if I get her ultimate right here, which she looked like we could get there pretty soon. All right, I don't know, like her ultimate is getting up there. But that's pretty much how you play with her, right? You mainly want to use her skill 2 for the taunting and all that stuff. And literally, that's pretty much it. Like, you just pretty much go all in. Like, she's just that tanky. And you could see, like, how long that she be surviving out here. Like, this is no joke. And yeah, we're almost done. And pretty much we're done with this clear right here. So let's just hit it with the basic attack. And that's how you end that fight right there. But that's pretty much what we have right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell if you want to see more. But that's going to be the showcase for SAGAN, y'all. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love y'all. Deuces.